The first taste of direction often feels like rebellion. It begins quietly, when existence starts to feel heavier than it should, when the repetition of meaningless comfort corrodes the spirit faster than pain ever could. The individual who senses that unease is not lost, they are awakening. The emptiness of passive living creates a hunger that cannot be filled with pleasure, distraction, or approval. It is a hunger for motion, for a reason to act. The turning point comes when stillness becomes unbearable. That discomfort births obsession. The mind stops chasing fleeting satisfaction and begins craving alignment. Progress becomes oxygen. Every day becomes an opportunity to stretch capacity a little further. The realization hits that peace is not found at the finish line. It lives inside the effort itself. Life starts to change the moment existence turns into mission. Direction brings clarity, but clarity brings burden. The moment purpose is discovered, excuses become poison. The individual can no longer hide behind confusion or circumstance because awareness destroys the luxury of denial. The gift of purpose is also the curse of accountability. Every hour wasted now feels like theft. Every distraction feels like betrayal. This weight is not punishment. It is the proof of awakening. Those who carry it differently understand something profound. Meaning is not handed down by the world. It must be forged through deliberate action. The one who accepts this burden learns to turn exhaustion into fulfillment. Pain becomes feedback, failure becomes calibration. What was once seen as struggle now becomes participation in something sacred. The path rarely looks glamorous. It demands consistency long before it offers reward. Progress moves slowly, almost invisibly, but the transformation happens beneath the surface. While others chase stimulation, the dedicated build infrastructure. The early mornings, the long nights, the repetition that blurs the days together, all of it builds identity stronger than any reward could. The paradox emerges. The grind that others avoid becomes the very source of joy for those who endure it. Routine stops feeling like imprisonment and starts feeling like rhythm. There is elegance in repetition because each cycle of effort sharpens focus and deepens understanding. Work transforms from obligation into art. Adversity becomes a companion, not an enemy. Struggle is the arena where character is sculpted. Without friction, identity stays soft. Every obstacle tests commitment. Every failure measures belief. Those who persevere learn something no comfort seeker ever will. The satisfaction of earned growth. Pain becomes a language, and those who speak it fluently can read life with clarity others lack. The setbacks are not barriers but mirrors, reflecting the places where evolution is still required. The individual who learns to move through resistance instead of away from it gains control over their fate. Nothing external can destabilize a foundation built on challenge. The pursuit of expansion ceases to feel like punishment. It becomes a privilege. Discipline becomes the heartbeat of progress. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes with emotion, but discipline operates independently of mood. It is the architecture of achievement. Through discipline, chaos is conquered. The disciplined no longer wait to feel ready. They act because identity demands it. Every small, repetitive task compounds into transformation. The discipline to continue when energy fades, when validation is absent, when no one watches. That is the definition of freedom. Those who understand this live with a quiet ferocity. They no longer seek ease because ease dilutes growth. They learn to create energy through movement. Action generates focus, focus generates power, and power generates peace. The process alters perception. Life stops being about external milestones and starts revolving around mastery. The goal shifts from acquiring to becoming. Every day becomes a laboratory where improvement is tested and refined. Progress no longer needs applause because awareness of personal evolution becomes reward enough. The world measures success by outcomes. The wise measure it by alignment between intention and action. Once that realization takes root, the mind begins to crave work. The pursuit itself becomes fulfilling because it provides proof that meaning still lives within effort. The person who reaches this state no longer fears exhaustion, they fear stagnation. The environment changes. The same surroundings that once felt suffocating begin to feel purposeful. Every obstacle now becomes material to be molded. The external world bends to the will of internal structure. The individual who learns to master self inevitably reshapes circumstance. When energy is directed inward first, external impact follows naturally. The need to convince, compete, or compare fades away. What remains is quiet efficiency, a calm awareness that results do not come from force but from focus. Progress becomes rhythmic. The mind no longer seeks stimulation from novelty, because fulfillment now comes from refinement. Loneliness appears along the way, but solitude transforms it. The absence of validation becomes the birthplace of authenticity. The ones who walk alone long enough start to hear their own rhythm again. In that silence, conviction grows. The absence of applause becomes the space where clarity is built. No external praise can match the satisfaction of self-respect. Those who master solitude develop a dangerous calm, an energy so composed that it commands without shouting. When action is aligned with conviction, recognition becomes irrelevant. Presence itself becomes proof of purpose. Mastery is not about dominance, it is about control. Control of time, thought, reaction, and emotion. The person who refines these crafts learns that progress is not linear, it is exponential once awareness meets execution. This understanding dismantles the illusion of arrival. There is no finish line, only deeper levels of refinement. The pursuit never ends because evolution never does. Every goal achieved reveals another horizon. The satisfaction lies not in completion, but in continuation. The act of striving becomes the purest form of living because it reflects the truth that the spirit is designed to expand endlessly. The lesson emerges clearly. Meaning is not found through arrival but through advancement. Purpose exists within motion, not destination. The joy is hidden inside progress itself. The daily struggle, the moments of clarity born from exhaustion, the quiet realization that the journey is the reward. The individual who learns this stops chasing perfection and begins mastering consistency. Time stops feeling like an enemy because every day is now an opportunity, not a countdown. The act of becoming transforms into the highest expression of being. The world fades, but fulfillment grows louder. Life rewards those who move forward without needing to know when it ends, because progress is the pulse of existence.